Two people can earn the exact same paycheck. One ends the year with savings. The other ends the year with stress. Same job, same salary, wildly different lives. The gap isn't luck. It isn't a secret investment. It isn't a rich uncle. It's a handful of small daily habits. Habits so quiet, most people never notice them. But over time, they decide everything. Let's walk through the money habits that quietly separate rich from poor. The first habit is simple but powerful: paying yourself first. Most people spend, then try to save whatever's left over. The problem is, there's almost never anything left over. Life has a funny way of using up every dollar it can find. So the fix is to flip the order. The moment your paycheck lands, move a slice into savings first. Even a small slice, like 5%, works. On a $3,000 paycheck, that's $150 you didn't miss. Do that twice a month and you've saved $3,600 a year. You spent the same way you always did. But now future you actually has a safety net. The second habit is treating a budget as a plan, not a punishment. Poor money habits treat budgets like a diet you fail. Rich money habits treat budgets like a map you follow. A budget isn't about saying no to everything you love. It's about saying yes on purpose instead of by accident. Try this. Write down your take-home pay for the month. Then list your fixed bills like rent, utilities, and phone. Whatever's left is your real spending money. Now you know the number before the month starts. That single number changes every choice you make. The third habit is knowing where your money actually goes. Most people can guess their rent within $1. But ask them what they spent on food last month and they freeze. That gap is where money quietly leaks out. For 1 month, track every single dollar you spend. Use an app, a notebook, or a simple spreadsheet. You're not judging yourself, you're just watching. By day 30, you'll spot patterns you never noticed. Maybe it's $180 on delivery fees. Maybe it's $95 on subscriptions you forgot about. You can't fix what you can't see. The fourth habit is protecting yourself from surprises. Life will hand you a surprise bill, guaranteed. A flat tire, a broken tooth, a sudden vet visit. People without savings put it on a credit card at 24% interest. People with savings pay cash and move on. That's the whole difference right there. An emergency fund isn't fancy or exciting. It's just money sitting in a boring savings account. Start with a goal of $1,000, then grow it slowly. Even $25 a week gets you there in 10 months. Once it's built, that fund becomes a wall between you and debt. The fifth habit is being picky about debt. Not all debt is created equal. A mortgage on a home you'll live in is one thing. Financing a $1,400 phone at 0% for 2 years is another. Swiping a credit card for takeout you can't afford is a whole different animal. High-interest debt is the silent tax on poor money habits. If you owe $5,000 on a card at 22%, you're paying about $1,100 a year just in interest. That's the $100 you never see, buying you nothing. Rich habits attack that kind of debt first, hard and fast. Even an extra $100 a month toward the balance shortens the pain by years. The sixth habit is avoiding lifestyle creep. This one is sneaky because it feels like success. You get a raise, and suddenly you deserve a nicer car. You get a bonus, and the apartment upgrade feels overdue. Your income goes up, and your spending quietly matches it. A year later, you're earning more but saving the same. Rich habits break that pattern on purpose. When your income rises, split the raise before it hits your account. Send half to savings and let yourself enjoy the other half. You still feel the reward, but future you gets a share too. The seventh habit is buying things that last. Cheap habits often look frugal but cost more over time. A $30 pair of shoes that lasts 6 months costs you $60 a year. A $90 pair that lasts 3 years costs you $30 a year. Same feet, very different math. This isn't about buying luxury, it's about buying wisely. Fewer things, chosen carefully, kept longer. Rich habits ask, what will this cost me over 5 years? Poor habits only ask, can I afford the sticker today? That one question changes what ends up in your cart. The eighth habit is using a waiting period on wants. When something isn't a need, don't buy it today. Put it on a list and wait 72 hours. Most of the time, the urge quietly disappears. If you still want it after 3 days, you can buy it with peace of mind. This simple pause saves shocking amounts of money. 10 impulse buys a month at $25 each is $3,000 a year. Cutting even half of those puts a $1,500 back in your pocket. Same lifestyle, same happiness, way more savings. The ninth habit is learning a little about money on purpose. Rich habits treat money as a skill you can improve. Poor habits treat money as a mystery only other people understand. The truth is, personal finance isn't complicated. It's mostly the same simple ideas repeated in different words. Spend less than you earn. Save the gap. Avoid expensive debt. Give your money a job. 15 minutes a week of reading or watching money content builds real confidence. Over a year, that's 13 hours of quiet upgrades to your thinking. The 10th habit is choosing your circle carefully. We tend to spend like the people around us. If your friends do $80 dinners twice a week, that becomes your normal. If your coworkers upgrade phones every year, you start to feel behind. You don't need new friends, you just need honesty. Say, I'm working on my money right now, can we do something cheaper? Suggest a home-cooked dinner instead of a restaurant. Real friends will meet you where you are. Your environment either pushes you forward or quietly holds you back. The 11th habit is thinking in years, not weekends. Poor money habits are usually about right now. Rich money habits stretch time. Skipping a $6 coffee doesn't feel life-changing on a Tuesday. But $6 a day is $2,190 a year. Over 10 years, that's $21,900 of the same small choice. You're not depriving yourself, you're just seeing further. Once you start thinking in years, small habits get much easier to keep. The 12th habit is automating the good decisions. Willpower is a terrible long-term plan. Some months you'll feel motivated, and some months you won't. Automation doesn't care how you feel. Set up an automatic transfer to savings on payday. Set up automatic minimum payments on every bill. Set up automatic contributions to any retirement account you have access to. Once it's automatic, saving happens whether you're inspired or exhausted. You've turned a good habit into a background process. The 13th habit is protecting your credit like it matters. Because it does. A strong credit score isn't about impressing anyone. It's about paying less for the same things. A better score can mean a lower rate on a car loan. A lower rate on a car loan can mean thousands saved over 5 years. The habits are simple: pay on time, keep balances low, and don't open cards you don't need. Boring, quiet, and incredibly powerful over a lifetime. The 14th habit is planning for money you can't see yet. Retirement feels far away when you're 25. It feels closer when you're 45. It feels urgent when you're 55. The people who feel calm about it started small and started early. Even $50 a week, invested steadily for decades, becomes a serious cushion. You don't need to be an expert to begin. You just need to begin. Future you is a real person, and they're counting on today you. The 15th habit is treating groceries like a system, not a scramble. Food is one of the biggest flexible costs in your budget. It's also where money leaks quietly, meal by meal. A weekly grocery run without a plan usually costs 30% more than one with a list. On a $200 grocery bill, that's about $60 gone for no reason. Over a year, that's around 21 wasted on decisions you didn't mean to make. Rich habits build a short list of 10 meals they actually enjoy cooking. They shop for those meals on purpose. They eat well, spend less, and throw less food away. Same stomach, same taste buds, very different bill. The 16th habit is auditing your subscriptions every few months. Subscriptions are designed to be forgotten. That's the whole business model. $12 here, $9 there, $15 for something you use twice. Open your bank statement and highlight every recurring charge. Ask one honest question about each one. Did I use this in the last 30 days? If the answer is no, cancel it today, not someday. 5 small cancellations can easily add up to $50 a month. That's $600 a year you just handed back to yourself. The 17th habit is giving every dollar a job. Money sitting around with no purpose tends to disappear. Rich habits assign each dollar a role before the month begins. This dollar is for rent. This dollar is for groceries. This dollar is for savings. This dollar is for fun, guilt-free. When every dollar knows where it's going, spending stops feeling chaotic. You're no longer wondering where your money went. You're the one telling it where to go. The 18th habit is celebrating small wins along the way. This one is quietly the most important. If money only feels like restriction, you'll quit. So build in little rewards as you go. Paid off a card? Take an evening off from budgeting and enjoy a nice meal at home. Hit your first $1,000 in savings? Print out that balance and stick it on the fridge. Progress you can see is progress you'll protect. Rich habits aren't grim. They're generous with encouragement. You're allowed to feel proud of every step. Now let's pull it all together. None of these habits require a huge income. None of them require luck. None of them require a finance degree. They just require repeating small, boring choices on the days you don't feel like it. Pay yourself first. Plan your money on purpose. Watch where it goes. Build a cushion for emergencies. Attack expensive debt. Keep lifestyle creep in check. Buy things that last. Wait before you spend. Learn a little at a time. Choose your circle honestly. Think in years. Automate the good stuff. Protect your credit. Shop groceries with the plan. Audit your subscriptions. Give every dollar a job. Plan for future you. And celebrate the wins along the way. That's the quiet gap between rich habits and poor habits. Not a lottery ticket. Not a hot tip. Just a stack of small, steady decisions made on ordinary days. You don't have to change everything this week. Pick one habit from this list. Just one. Start it tomorrow and let it get boring. Because boring, repeated long enough, is how wealth is quietly built. And that, more than any paycheck, is what separates the two.